I'd like to welcome Joelle Daniel with Amazing Grace. Welcome you to our 12th annual Veterans Day ceremony. I'm Sergeant Destiny Pacheco, and I'm honored to be here today to represent all of the veterans and the active duty military who came from this great city. I've been out of the Marine Corps for 23 years now, and it's truly an honor to be asked to host this ceremony in my hometown. So this is the city that raised me, from X-Strand Elementary to Lone Hill Middle School to San Dimas High School to, yes, the University of Laverne. I didn't leave, except for the Marine Corps. Today we're gathered not just to remember, but to celebrate the best of America. And yes, I'm a little biased. So a veteran, whether active duty, discharged, retired, or reserve, is someone who at one point in his or her life wrote a blank check made payable to the United States of America in the amount of up to including his or her life. We owe a great deal of gratitude that can never be fully repaid, and today is about celebrating the courage and unwavering commitment to freedom. The San Dimas Heroes is a volunteer program that was founded in 2004 by Gary Enderle and Janine Grafe. The goal of the program is to honor our veterans and active duty military with not only this beautiful monument, but the banners that you see up around town. This monument represents all branches of service for those who have served and who have lived in the great city of San Dimas. Those with a gold star next to their name paid the ultimate price for serving our country and protecting our freedoms. If I can ask everyone to please stand for the posting of the colors, and if you can please remain standing if possible for the Pledge of Allegiance and the national anthem. Young Marines, may I please ask the Cub Scouts of Pack 423 to join us.
Pledge of allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
Thank you.
And may I please ask the San Dimas High School chamber singers to join us.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight for the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets transversing gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does our star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Young Marines, post the colors.
Post. About face. Ready. March. Order. Arm. Ready. Cut. Right. Face. Forward. March.
Thank you. You may be seated. Thank you, San Dimas High School chamber singers and Pack 423 and the Southland Young Marines. Next, I'd like to welcome up Father Richard from Holy Name of Mary for our invocation. Father Richard recently celebrated 50 years of priesthood.
Thank you.
So let us just be aware of what we're doing, why we're doing it, who we're doing it with, and a grateful heart that we can do it the way we're doing it. There have always been wars, dear God, because there have always been problems between human beings. As long as there's been history, battle lines have been drawn. People have fought with one another, even within our families. We wish that it weren't that way, but you created us human. Today we offer our prayers for all those who have volunteered or been conscripted to fight their country's wars. We're grateful for their courage and often their heroism as they have faced the enemy in battle. We praise their selfless acts on behalf of their fellow soldiers. We extol their wisdom gathered from the battlefield and commend their eternal souls to your loving and forgiving care. We remember especially all who presently serve. As they encounter danger, give them the insight to understand life and death, enable them to be at peace with you and themselves. Bless the families of all who served and are serving, and let your Holy Spirit rest upon them like a mantle to preserve them from anxiety and harm. And grant to each and every one of us a greater awareness of the blessings we have. But most important, the blessing we are. For yours is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever and ever. Amen.
Next, I'd like to welcome up Patrick Jones, United States Marine Corps veteran, served as a police officer flying helicopters with the drug enforcement teams. He was also employed as the accident investigator with the National Transportation Safety Board. Patrick.
Thank you for coming. I'm going to pull out my 15-minute speech, so get comfortable. I read real slow. I want to thank all of you for attending this recognition of the service of our San Dimas City veterans and have given their time, their blood, their sweat, and many tears to our country. I appreciate this opportunity to speak on this day at our city's Heroes Veterans Monument, recognizing the service members who have lived here in San Dimas and have served our country in the U.S. military. I served as an active duty Marine between 1976 and 83 and was a reserve until 1987. My final duty station was as a military police sergeant, and although I didn't serve in combat, and I know that there are people here that have, being an MP has its own problems, and if you have anything to do with law enforcement, you realize that when you're arresting somebody, you have some advantages because they normally don't know what you're capable of. As an MP, as a military policeman in the Marine Corps, every Marine that you're arresting or attempting to arrest has been to the same training you've been to. So sometimes it's a battle within a battle, but at the end of the day, we're all Marines, and I have always enjoyed helping service members. Veterans Day is a celebration and a recognition of those who have served in the armed forces. We are all respectful of veterans. When I went in 1976, Vietnam had just ended, and being in the military was not an advantage. There were a lot of people that were upset with some of the things that we'd been involved with. And through time, there's been a change, and the pendulum has swung to the other way. And I'm very thankful for that. But we are all respectful of the veterans who've given their lives and their time. And we wish that we could tell the ones that we've lost how much we appreciate them or miss them. And Veterans Day is our day to be able to tell the people that are still with us that we appreciate what they've done, the sacrifices that they've made, and the service that they provided to our country. I want to take a small detour and also recognize Gary Enderle and Janie Goff. Without them, this memorial would not ever exist. But it's also, I also want to thank the city of San Dimas, the elected officials, the citizens of San Dimas for making this come true. The city of San Dimas continues to support this. We're standing on a residential lot. I believe there was a house here at one point that was donated. And they continue to take care of it on a weekly basis, and for that, I'm also appreciative. I've heard that there are veterans who are qualified to be on this wall who have decided they don't want their name up there because they're not heroes. And although I wrote this speech out a few days ago, and a metaphor has already been used by the sergeant, is that we all wrote a blank check. We all signed our name to a dotted line, promising to the United States government and our country that we would pay with our lives if necessary. And most everyone here today, unless I know something otherwise, has not had to pay that price yet. And I hope nobody ever does. But the people that have paid their price, we honor them on Memorial Day. And this day is for the veterans here and the veterans who couldn't make it here, and to recognize their service. Please understand that HEROES, in the term of coming up on the HEROES Memorial, is an acronym. It stands for helping establish the remembrance of every service. And it says person, and I always get that messed up, but and it's everybody. If you served and you lived here in San Dimas or live here in San Dimas, please get your name on the wall, because long after you're gone, your family may want to know where you're memorialized or whatever. And it's an acknowledgement on this monument, signed that the very same blank check and making the very same promise as all veterans before them and all future ones to come. My service started in 1976 at MCRD San Diego and on to Camp Pendleton to complete my primary training. My first duty station was in Okinawa, Japan. What I thought was my last duty station was MCAS El Toro, which no longer exists. However, if you have anything to do with aviation at all, there is a huge museum at El Toro, at what used to be El Toro, and I suggest anybody that's down in that way, they should go to it. I drew orders back to Okinawa in April of '83, and finally came back to Camp Pendleton and was discharged in July of '83. Following the 7.5 years of my time in the Marine Corps, I had a few more careers, which included being a police officer, a commercial helicopter pilot, a federal investigator, and finally retiring as a helicopter pilot for a local police department. After 47 years, after 68 years of life, 47 years as a pilot, 15 years as a federal investigator, I know that my 7.5 years service as a United States Marine was the foundation that made everything possible. To all of you, whether you're a veteran or a family member or a family member of a veteran, thank you for being here today as we celebrate Veterans Day 2025. Thank you for your service.
Next, we'd like to welcome Isabella Vargas. She is looking for a record deal, if there's any producers out there.
Above the fruited plain,
help me welcome Mayor Badar.
I have one question for you all. How do you follow what we just heard? That's an absolute, that's our students. That's our kids. That's, you know, there's a large group here today. Every year, the place is full and packed. But today, as I was sitting there just now, I was thinking, this crowd is actually multiplied by every name on this plaque. And with the person in the middle leading the thing is Janie Grafe. We know that every one of them are looking down on you today saying, thank you for recognizing us and thank you for allowing us to be a part of our community, because they were our community. And God bless Janie, because Gary and her worked tirelessly on this program, and so we owe them a great round of applause, Janie and Gary. I've already taken the 2 minutes that they allowed me to have, but I need to ask my partners to come up here, and this, you guys can see who, when something goes wrong, you guys can call them. And could we have Rachel, Eric, Ryan, okay? Eric Weber, who is our Mayor Pro Tem, unfortunately is at work, so he couldn't make it today. I also want to acknowledge that, in case you haven't figured out, that's Rachel. Is there Eric Nakano? And that's Ryan. Well, he's dressed up. Thanks. Without these guys on my side, I'm nobody. They work tirelessly to keep me in the right direction. But there are also 3 other individuals that need to be recognized. Okay, one, I'm going to go right to our city manager. Brad, would you please stand? Brad McKinney, he's the guy that runs this city. And then we have an assistant city manager who is learning faster than any of us can teach him. He's learning more. Travis, are you here, Travis?
He borrowed my suit.
He borrowed. Now I'm being told that Travis borrowed Brian's suit.
Yeah.
Okay. And the only suit that this guy has is, I'd like to introduce Captain Mike Moen. He's our new captain here at San Dimas, and that's the only suit I've ever seen him in. But thank you all for being here, and that this is why we are San Dimas. Everything about this makes us a community, and thank you guys very much.
Next, we'd like to welcome Congressman Representative Gil Cisneros of the 31st Congressional District.
Good evening, everybody. Honored to be here at this great event for Veterans Day this year. And I want to thank Sergeant Pacheco and San Dimas Heroes for hosting this incredible event. I also want to thank the City Council, Mayor. Thank you all for supporting this and for being a great community, your great partners who organize. And I also want to thank the great partners who organized and sponsored this event, and all the residents who showed up here today in San Dimas. Most importantly, I want to thank our veterans and our service members, the men and women who answer the call to duty to protect and defend our country. Today, this is your day. It's about you. Your service and sacrifice for our country often goes unnoticed, but you are our nation's heroes, and it's an honor to be here with all of you to celebrate today. Coming from a family of veterans, my father, my grandfathers, my uncles, I grew up knowing the honor of serving in the military. When I graduated high school, I enlisted in the U.S. Navy and decided to make my life about a commitment to service. That service has taken me not only into becoming a naval officer, but also serving as the Undersecretary of Defense for Personnel Readiness in the Pentagon, and now serving in Congress. But this Veterans Day, I want to remind all of those who came before me, my family who inspired me to serve, the mentors who guided me, and the brothers and sisters in uniform who became my lifelong friends. I also think of the future generation of service members and the legacy we are called to build upon for them. The military, the Navy, gave me opportunity that I didn't know existed. It gave me a chance to lead at a young age, and it provided me the opportunity of education. Every 3 different degrees I have, all because of my military service. A legacy built, well, I also want to thank our future generations, as I said, but I am striving to work here in Congress to build a legacy for a better, a legacy built on better healthcare, better conditions, and better outcomes for our service members and veterans. Our veterans have earned nothing less than our absolute best, and it's our duty to deliver it. From Congress to the Pentagon, I have always and will always continue to fight to make sure we deliver for our veterans and our families. So if there are veterans here today who need help with the VA claims or getting in touch with Veterans Resources, please reach out to my office. We are here to help you and support you. But before I finish today, I want to take a quick minute to recognize the San Dimas Heroes Foundation, not only for hosting this event, but for this amazing work that they do in our community to honor veterans and service members all year long. So I'm going to read the certificate we have. In recognition of the San Dimas Heroes Veterans Day event, I express my gratitude to the courageous individuals who have served in our armed services. This event is a heartfelt tribute to the honor, sacrifice, and commitment of our veterans. Your bravery safeguards our liberties and inspires future generations. On behalf of California's 31st Congressional District, I celebrate your achievements and honor the legacy you have created. Thank you for your unwavering dedication to our country and our community. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Next, we'd like to welcome Senator Susan Rubio of District 22.
Good afternoon. I'm State Senator Susan Rubio. What an honor to be here before all of you today, especially as we celebrate our heroes here in the city of San Dimas. It's been a wonderful day of recognitions. As I've toured the entire San Gabriel Valley, this is my 7th ceremony. It's always so lovely to see the families come together, but more importantly, our community to really pay due to who deserves it, and that is all of you veterans who are here with us today, who have really given of yourselves, your life, your time, so that we can gather in this beautiful evening. And so I want to also thank the mayor and the council members for having this event. I share with you because I have 15 cities, and it's not automatic that all the cities have a celebration. And I want to thank you because I've been here consistently every year, and it just gets better. And thank you for including me in this celebration. I want to thank our veterans here today for their courage, their discipline, and their dedication to the ideals that we hold dear, and continuing to honor us with your presence in our community. As I went earlier today to the city of Laverne, I was next to a gentleman who had served, and it was his birthday, and he was so proud. And I tell you, it's those conversations with those service members that really touch my heart, because we tend to go on speed dial, just go every day, and we don't stop to have those conversations that are necessary. And I say that because we do see so many of our veterans struggling. We often think of our heroes in the battlefield, but we don't stop to consider what happens after they come home. And we know that there's so many who are homeless. We know that there's so many that are hungry. And it is our job to ensure that we have those conversations, that we get to know them, that we get to ask, well, how can I help you? They have served us. It is our turn to serve them. And I don't believe that any veteran should ever go hungry, not in this country, or should ever be homeless. And so I'm fully committed to continuing to fight for housing resources, because we know that when they come back, it's not how they serve, but it's those invisible scars that come back home with them. They're struggling with depression, anxiety. Oftentimes, they don't know how to reintegrate themselves into our communities. And that's where we matter. That's where we step up and we say, we are here to take care of you. You've done enough for us. Let me take care of you. And I always love to see our youth participate. I think all of you know I'm a teacher, and I've been a teacher for 20 years. And that's also what matters. We have to continue continue to tell the next generation that it's about service above self, that it's about contributing to your community. What can I do other than go to school and behave and do the right thing, right? What can I do that's beyond the classroom, that's beyond my home? What can I do for my community, for our veterans, for everyone that matters in our community? So I just want to thank Sergeant Pacheco for allowing me to come, our wonderful council members here. But before I move forward, I do want to pause. And I want to pause because patriotism is not only found in the battlefield, as I said, but it also lives in the families that stay behind. It also lives in the families that have lost a loved one. And those are the quiet heroes that we often don't talk about. I also come from a military family. I also know what it is, as I had my parents constantly concerned about my brother. I had an uncle who also served, and when he turned 70 and started getting older and older, it was the memories that kept coming back to haunt him. And it's not automatic. Sometimes the trauma takes years to come back. And so again, I'm here with a humble heart, just telling all of you that you matter to me. Your service matters to me, and we're here to now serve you. Whatever I can do as your state senator or my office can do for you, do not hesitate. It is this partnership that I love. It is the communication with our local community that really fuel what we do as leaders in our communities. It is your stories that tell me what we need to do next. What do we need to do to ensure that we take care of you? And lastly, I will say to those that put on this beautiful memorial. Again, I've been to several cities, and I won't name them right now, but I have to say yours is one of my favorite. Second to, yours in Laverne really is one of the most beautiful things that I've seen. And I just want to say thank you to these San Dimas heroes for putting this together. And I also would like to honor them. I'd like to ask that you come and receive this recognition from the State Senate. It reads, on behalf of the California State Senate, it is my honor to recognize San Dimas heroes for remembering today as Veteran Day. I applaud your commitment to honoring all of those who have served with courage and respect for our great nation. Thank you for our continued dedication here to our veterans, to our families, and our community. Big round of applause. Thank you, everyone.
Next, help me welcome Declan Floyd, the representative of John Harberdine of the State Assembly of District 41.
Well, it's really an honor to be here with all of you to say thank you to our veterans, not just for the time you spent serving us in uniform, but for all the service you've continued to put in after returning. There is not an organization, there is not a civic group in San Dimas or anywhere around that doesn't have the involvement and the leadership of our veterans putting everything together. And that's just evidenced by us being here today. This event was put together by veterans who wanted to bring all the community out to support their fellow veterans and recognize their service. So thank you for your lifetime of commitment to this great country. And, it's great that we all get together to formally thank our veterans today and on Memorial Day and the 4th of July. But our veterans deserve our thanks and our praise every single day of the year. This should be a 365-day operation, because there is not a day of the year that we do not enjoy the freedoms of America and the greatest country in the history of the world without our veterans. Thank you. So I hope that we all take the spirit of this great event today forward with us for the rest of the year and every single day to thank a veteran for what they've done and what they continue to do. And as the senator and the congressman just alluded to, there is so much more that we need to do for veterans. Veteran homelessness in this country should be at 0. There is no reason for a veteran to not have a safe and affordable place to live. There's no reason for a veteran to not be able to get the health care that they need and deserve in a timely fashion. There is no reason for a veteran not to be able to have the education and job training that they need so that they can successfully transition back into civilian life and be part of our community in the fullest way possible. So until we get to that point, it's up to us as a community to every single day thank and honor those who have sacrificed for our great country. So on behalf of Assemblymember John Harabedian and the entire California State Assembly, I'm honored to also present a certificate to San Dimas Heroes, thanking all of our veterans and the great committee who put this together today. Thank you very much.
I agree with what Mr. Floyd said about 365 days. If somebody can tell Applebee's, that'd be great. All right, and last but not least, we'd like to welcome up Vicki Paul, who is our field deputy representing Supervisor Catherine Barger.
Good afternoon, everyone. I want to first of all thank the City Council for collaborating to have this beautiful park here, serving our veterans and this community and their families. I want to thank Gary Enderly and his team that worked with him to have this monument come to reality. I'm truly blessed to have my office or the supervisor's office right across the street and be able to walk past and drive past this beautiful memorial 5 days a week, at least twice every day. And I will say I have attended this event on behalf of the supervisor for a few years. And these beautiful flowers that are here, they will be here until they wilt. Everyone here respects this area. It's like hallowed ground. So also I wanted to mention that we do have a veteran service officer that is on Tuesdays at our office, and they are from Military Veterans Affairs, so they do college fee waivers for students of veterans, any kind of health benefits that may be available. And as the congressman and the senator said, veteran and homeless should never be in the same sentence. If you know anyone that is a veteran and homeless, they can call our office. So I wanted to present this recognition on behalf of LA County Supervisor Catherine Barger to the H.E.R.O.E.S Foundation for putting this on. And thank you all for being here.
Thank you, everyone, for coming to the San Dimas Heroes Veterans Day Here event at Freedom Park. Now, we will raise the military branch flags one at a time. If you can please stand while your branch song is being played. The United States Army.
March along, sing a song with the army of the free. Count the brave, count the true, who have fought to victory. We're the army and proud of our name. We're the army and proudly proclaim. First to fight for the right and to build the nation's might, and the army goes rolling along. Proud of all we have done, fighting till the battle's won, and the army goes rolling along. And it's high, high, hey, the army.
The United States Marine Corps. Air Force.
Off we go into the wild blue yonder, climbing high into the sun. Here they come, zooming to meet our thunder. Atom boys, give her the gun. Down we dive, starting a flame from under. Off with one.
The United States Space Force. The United States Coast Guard. If you can please stand while we raise the American flag.
The following names were inscribed November 11th, 2025. Joseph A. Aiello, Air Force. Michael A. Arena, Army. Francis X. Arocha, Air Force. Jacob A. Bentley, Navy. Daniel T. Cabrera, Air Force. Joseph M. Coletti, Air Force. Eric Estrada, Marine Corps. Earl E. Gravitt, Navy. Brian Hardin Jr., Air Force. Patrick S. Harmon II, Army. Raymond B. Hedrick Jr., Air Force. Michael G. Hensman, Army. Gordon R. Jesmer, Navy. Alden G. Kiefer, Army, World War II. Michael J. Mackey, Navy. Dan Mitchell, Air Force. Frank S. Nomura, Army. Billy Eleanor Pocock, Navy, World War II. Morris F. Pocock, Army, World War II. Mark A. Parada, Navy. Michelle A. Ramirez, Army. Tommy L. Randall, Army. Stephen A. Rodriguez, Marine Corps. Joseph S. Scott, Air Force. Richard Horn, Army. In the previous 12 months, we've lost several of our veterans on the wall. Robert Bearden, Navy. Thomas Nuss, Marine Corps. David Campbell, Marine Corps. Patrick Hickey, Army. Dan Mitchell, Air Force. William Spar, Navy. William Young, Navy. Miles G. Shepard, Sr., Army and Air Force, World War II. A moment of silence on their behalf. Thank you.
Next, we'd like to welcome up Leanne Flores from San Dimas High School. She wants to go on The Voice, not American Idol. Just American Idol.
If tomorrow the things are gone I worked for all my life, and I had to start again with just my children and my wife, I thank my lucky stars to be living here today, 'cause the flag still stands for freedom and they can't take that away. From the lakes of Minnesota to the hills of Tennessee, from the plains out in Texas, from sea to shining sea, from Detroit down to Houston, from New York to London. But there's pride in every American heart, and they can't take that away. And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave their right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. Proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave their right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. God bless the
I'd vote for you. Next up, I'd like to welcome our current president of the San Dimas Heroes, Penny Stevenson. Penny joined the United States Marine Corps out of high school. She was active from 1963 to 1966. She served in the reserves from 1974 to 1989, where she met her husband in the Marine Corps. After the Marine Corps, she was a postmaster and retired in 2000 with 35 years of service. She then worked at Lone Hill Middle School from 2001 as a health clerk and retired in 2017. She has been part of the H.E.R.O.E.S program since 2009. She has a son-in-law who served in the Marine Corps, and her grandson is currently a gunnery sergeant in the Marine Corps. This will be Penny's last year as our president, and we want to take a moment to thank her for all that she has done for our program. Her, Gary, Nancy, Laura, Chris, Eloise, Mario, there's so many volunteers that keep this program running. Please help me welcome our president, Penny.
glasses on here. Good afternoon, family and friends, for joining us to honor our veterans on this day, Veterans Day, November 11th of 2025. I would again like to recognize Congressman Gil Cisneros Jr. from the 31st District, Senator Susan Rubio, the 22nd District, Vicki Paul, the Field Deputy, East San Gabriel Valley, Office for Supervisor Catherine Barger, 5th District, for joining us today to honor our veterans. I also would like to thank Mayor I call him Emmett, Bader and his council, City Manager Brad McKinney, and Sheriff Captain Moen for attending. Today, November 11th, is a very special day to recognize and honor those men and women, past, present, and our future military personnel who are now serving. There are exactly 1,324 names on the wall at this particular time, and these all represent the city of San Dimas. There are 26 gold stars veterans on this wall that gave their lives for this community and their country. To all veterans, thank you for putting your life on hold to serve our country. Thank you for the sacrifices you made being away from your families, and thanks to the families that also sacrificed much with the family members serving. Without our veterans, we would not be here today. Without you, we won't be able to reach where we could be tomorrow. Take a moment when you see a veteran or an active duty person in uniform and thank them for their service. And I do this every day. I don't care where I'm at. If I see somebody, I will walk up to them, introduce myself, and thank them for their service. I would also like to reach out to all of you and to point out that to maintain this Veterans Monument, we operate on donations only. And if you would like to donate, you can do so by going to our website at thesandimasheroes.org and donate or mail to San Dimas Heroes, P.O. Box 4216, San Dimas. Again, thank you for our veterans. Thank you for attending. Thank you for the families. And God bless you all, and God bless the United States of America.
Now, as we prepare to close our ceremony, I'd like to take a second to acknowledge anybody here who is active duty. Is anybody here active duty? Could you please stand? Is anybody active duty? They're probably a little busy right now, so they couldn't come today. All right. Well, we want to thank those for their continued sacrifice, both here and abroad, and they're the reason that we're free. So, may I please ask that Joelle rejoins us. Before we conclude today, I have a few essential thank yous. Thank you to every founder, every volunteer, and supporter who has sustained this monument. Thank you for attending this ceremony for 12 years. This place is a permanent testament to your commitment of service. I want to say a huge thank you to our sponsors, Pro AV, Quality Instant Printing, Sanders Towing, Homeland Rentals, Forest Lawn, Via Verde Dental, and Metro LA X-Ray Associates. And thank you to the Moxie Design for helping us overhaul our website. If you haven't checked out our website, it's fresh. Give it a look. Thank you to our distinguished guests, Congressman, Senator, Field Deputy, Mayor, Council, men and women. And of course, a thank you to the dedicated San Dimas Heroes Committee. Your work to prepare for today was flawless. If you were moved by what you saw or heard today, the best way to say thank you is to get involved. We're always looking for volunteers. Our program runs on donations and volunteers, and if you're interested in helping, please make sure that you scan that QR code on the back of your program. Now, please remain standing as we retire the colors. Thank you everyone for your time, your patience, your patriotism, and thank you for attending today. You are free to